Hello, my name is Tylluan. I don't know why I start this talk with my glasses on. Sorry. My name is Tylluan. I'm a solitary pagan witch. I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. And today's little chat is about creating beauty. And this is a favourite topic of mine because I think it's so important. I often say if we can create beauty, it takes away some of the ugliness, some of the nastiness of the world. I think it's very important. And it doesn't have to be something hugely ambitious, something that requires great skill to do. What I think it requires is a great deal of love. And I think we often underestimate that these days. Love is seen as only romantic love or sexual love. But there is a love of, well, you can love the world around you, you can love a beautiful sunset, you can love the sea coming in, you can love lots of things. And what I wanted to talk about today was when we create beauty, that it heals us, it helps to heal us. And I think to some extent we are all in need of healing. Solitary pagan witches, people who are not witches, it doesn't matter. I think the whole of mankind is in need of healing at the moment. There is an awful lot of nastiness about. Not just on a personal level. It's not like just having a fallout with your neighbours or with the milkman or something like that. I don't mean that, but there is a lot of nastiness about in the world. Politicians no longer use measured tones. They are using the language of the agitator, someone who is trying to rile everybody up. And that was something we didn't see so much when I was young. You know, people, certainly back in the early 50s, they were very, very measured. Even if what they were saying was horrible, there was an element where it was, you know, they watched what they said. They watched what they did. Now, politicians, and let's face it, they're people in positions of great power and great influence, they go out and they say horrible things. And the whole cult of the influencer, which again is something that is totally new to me, but the idea that someone goes out to influence people and does it by saying hateful things. Well, personally, I can't see the point in it. It's just nasty. It's creating a great deal of ugliness. And I'm sliding off my chair, so I've got to sit up a bit. Hang on. It's a bit better. Sorry about that. So when we create beauty, and I'll come into what we mean by that in a minute, when we create beauty, what we're trying to do is heal that nastiness, that ugliness, those ugly scars that are left by the sheer nastiness of some, well, there's politicians, there's influencers, people down the road, people in school, people in uni, people in work, you know, all over the place, social media, who knows. And when I say beauty, I mean things that are beautiful to us. I mean, you could take a very small piece of fabric, a bit of felt, that sort of size, you know, what am I saying, about 2 inches, about 5 centimetres square, and you could embroider a little flower on it, and then go a bit further and do the stem and do the leaf and do a little border around the side. And this is only small, so it's never going to take long, but at the end you will end up with something that you consider beautiful, I hope. I mean, don't do it if it doesn't. But there's lots of things people do. They make things with, they stick beads onto things to beautify them. I can remember when I was a child, well, not a child, like about 12, and I found this really, really cheap pair of sandals in a shop. And I mean cheap. They were about 5 and 11, which was about 29p in modern UK currency. Very, very cheap. They looked it as well. And I thought to myself, ooh, I could make these look lovely. So I had a set of beads that I'd had given me for Christmas years before, and they were for making toy jewellery from. Anyway, I got that, and I got a tube of Bostik or something, and I stuck these things on, and I thought they looked the bee's knees. I really did. I mean, whenever I wore them, bits fell off, but that didn't matter. I thought they were lovely. And to me, that was me creating something beautiful from next to nothing. And I do feel when we make stuff, when we try to create things. I mean, whether it's, you could make a pendulum from an acorn, you can make a spell from a leaf. I mean, I used to do this with my children. I used to give them felt pens and a dried out leaf, and then very, very carefully, so the leaf didn't crack, we would write what we wanted to achieve on this leaf. And we'd have, I don't know, you couldn't write much on a leaf. It didn't lend itself to a long letter, but you could have something like happy. Couldn't even manage happiness on most of the leaves we found because the word was too long. You could have happy, joy, health, well, kind, things like that. And then we used to burn them at the end of October in a little bonfire. Candlewood flame would do if you couldn't do anything else. And that, it was something they made that they thought was pretty. Sometimes they put a bit of glitter on it as well. And it was nice. It was pretty. It was something they had created unexpectedly. Unexpected creations are often the most important, really. So when I say about creating beauty, I think it's a kind of healing. And I don't mean it's necessarily healing as part of a spell, though it can be. You can create something beautiful and offer it as an offering for the spell. Don't destroy it. That would be an awful waste. But, have it as an offering, put it on your little altar or wherever you keep your odds and bobs. And that's a way to offer healing. And sometimes the healing works on us. As we're creating something beautiful, then the healing actually takes place within us. And perhaps we calm down, we don't feel so angry. We can see someone else's point of view, or we decide that, well, we can't really see their point of view, so we're going to just put it all to one side for the term. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry my hair looks so peculiar, but it does today. So it's just a little thought. I won't go on because I've gone on for over 7 minutes now, and that's quite long enough. So thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.